All right, Nessa girl, we got a lot of shit to unpack with this last episode of Basketball Wives. Like, this probably gonna be a more serious video, but let's just get into some of the takeaways and life lessons from this episode. Number one, reputation is everything. As it relates to Tammy's comments surrounding Evelyn hitting Chad and them fighting at the very beginning of the episode, I'm really torn on what to feel. Here's what we do know. None of us were in that car, okay? Chad may just have domestically abused Evelyn. However, based on Evelyn's reputation, it is not far-fetched to believe what Tammy said. And that's the fucked up part. It's like, I really feel bad for Evelyn, not because of her incident with Chad, but because she has built such a reputation for herself as being a bully, a badass, and physically violent, that now in a situation where she just may be the victim and needs some sympathy, it really is hard to give it to her. And like I said, I was not there, and I don't want to, blame the victim, but I'm kind of believing the shit that's coming out of Tammy's mouth. Now, here's the fucked up thing for Tammy. In a bout of anger, you tried to go at Evelyn super hard somewhere where you thought that it would cut her. And Nene said this best: you can't win when you play dirty. At the end of the day, Tammy, you went a little too hard and it backfired on you, because all you did was further set Evelyn up to be the domestic violence spokesperson and for her to be viewed as the victim, and you say she isn't. Evelyn then sees the moment and is using all the trigger words, re-victimizing the victim. How can another woman do this to another woman? She has daughters. What about all the people? Like, you gave Evelyn all the ammo she needed to win in this situation. And here's the thing. Maybe it speaks to how desensitized I am with men and women fighting, and that speaks to the environment that I come from in the city that I grew up in, Miami, Florida. While I think it's unfortunate that what happened to Evelyn, and while I don't know all the facts of what happened, it is really hard for me to believe that Evelyn is just walking around here at night with PTSD, that she can't sleep, she need pills, she need to go to therapy, this, that, and the third. Bitch, you from the motherfucking projects in New York. You don't jump across tables and threw bottles at bitches. Quiet as it's kept. Jump across that table and slinging that bottle at Jen, to me, is far worse than you and Chad fighting in that car. And I'm sorry. For the life of me, based on Evelyn's reputation, I do not believe Chad was in the driver's seat, Evelyn was in the passenger seat, and he just reached over and headbutted her. Again, I wasn't there, but based on her reputation, it is hard for me to believe she was sitting there with her hands in her lap, looking out the window. There was some rah going on. And, I don't know. I don't want to speak on it too much because I wasn't there. The moral of the story that I was trying to point out with this, nothing more, nothing less, I'm not choosing sides, was reputation is everything. You can't been a petty thief all your damn life, stealing candy at the grocery store, stealing jeans at the mall, and then you go to prison because the people said you embezzled money from the job, and people not think it's true. Or you can't be a booster and then somebody money come up missing out their house and they think you got it, and you feel the way that people think you got it. Reputation is everything. Guard it with your life. That's 48 laws of power. Here's something else I want to say, long run versus short run. Evelyn Shawnee and Jen, but more so Evelyn, because the rest of those girls take their cue from Evelyn. Shawnee may be the boss, Evelyn is the ringleader. Y'all have hurt Tammy across the long run. It was a small, petty, long game for y'all. Tammy just hurt your ass all at once with her shit. And I'm going a little out of order on this video, but I told y'all on the last video, those tears, and Tammy rarely cries. I almost started crying with Tammy because I've been in that situation before. Now, it's when I was younger that you try your hardest to, overlook stuff. People throwing shade, they throwing shade, but you want to be down, you want to be accepted, so you just let it go. Keep setting yourself up for heartbreak and heartache with a certain group of friends, and then finally a light bulb goes off that says, Q, these motherfuckers don't like you, they ain't gonna never like you, fuck them. And then all your years of trying turns into anger. And then here's the new issue. Because the group is so used to you trying to be down, and now you're showing a different attitude, you're no longer subservient to them from an energy perspective. Now they don't know what to do because they are used to always being the princess and you being the pauper. And now that the dynamics are changing, everybody is all out of sorts. Was Tammy right in what she said? Depends on who you ask. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd have said the shit too. Y'all see me for my works. I'd have said the shit too. And I am one of those people, when I don't like you and I'm mad and it's over, I don't give a fuck. And what I hate that y'all do with people in TV, even my black ass on YouTube, I say one thing to a specific person for a specific reason, and then it becomes I'm victimizing everybody who been through that situation. No, Tammy shouldn't fall victim to that, and don't let that be put on Tammy. Tammy ain't re-victimizing other domestic abuse people. She don't speak for all domestic abuse people. She don't represent all domestic abuse people. She going to fuck off on Evelyn. Point blank period. So all that, she re-victimizing the victim. Don't put that on her. Don't put that on her. Just like when I go in on a bitch, don't put that shit on me. Don't do that. I told you this can't even be funny. These last couple episodes of Basketball Wives, the friendship edition, done had me in a real serious place, because it's made me have to relive and rethink about some of the bullshit that I've gone through since high school to now with people and friends and family. And I totally identify with Tammy. And y'all know me and Tammy, we used to be cool. We ain't that cool no more. We speak when we see each other and it's cordial or whatever. But I say that to say, I ain't even got to be down with you to speak right. And right is right and wrong is wrong. Fine. For the sake of argument, was the shit that Tammy said dead wrong? Yes, it was. But was it justified? I think so. I think so. Y'all have been fucking with this lady from day one, treating her like she less than, never keeping her around just for your entertainment, but never truly giving a fuck about her. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm Team Tammy all the way on this shit. And Evelyn's whole issue is when it comes to being Billy Badass, she found somebody, she met her motherfucking match. Okay? She met her match. And I can't wait for somebody to bop the shit out of Jennifer ass. Hold on, that's my sister calling me to come get my dog. I want to say this. I'm glad that Jackie Christie so far ain't been involved in no bullshit. Like Jackie, I love the Jackie that we're seeing this season. She's being supportive. I might be speaking too soon because y'all know the way Jackie Crazy is set up is it's got to be about her. And I'm sure at some point she's going to make it all about her. But I love the fact that Jackie Christie is not involved in the shady shit. Kristen, you was dead ass wrong for showing up to that Ponderosa with Jen. When you know that Jen is part of the reason that you and her are beefing. Here's the funny thing though. Kristen gave you, CeCe gave you exactly what you wanted. You wanted CeCe to stand up for herself, and at that damn table she did. But she stood up for herself against your damn ass. Then when she called Jen Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I peeped Kristen. Kristen is a grown-ass woman, but she realized she can't play the way grown-ass women play with Evelyn and Jen because they are childish and immature. So she said, you know what? Sometimes you got to speak to a bitch in their language. And that's what the fuck she did with Jen. She spoke to Jen ass in her motherfucking language. And Jen kill me with this dip back, roll her head like she gonna do something. Like, Jen, you are the softest piece of goddamn honey wheat bread. Bitch, you honey wheat. And you that soft, expensive honey wheat. You Sara Lee Pepperidge Farm honey wheat bread. Okay? After you put butter on it, non-toasted. Just soft as hell. You not gonna do nothing. And you go after a girl. I'm not even finna waste my time fucking with Jen because she don't upset me. But Kristen, you was wrong. And when CeCe sat down and talked with Jackie at that house about, I feel like Kristen would do anything to be accepted immediately, she told the absolute truth. You fucking turned on your family for Jen. And then I hope you see Jen for her works. You gave Jen just a little of your internal thoughts, and she sat in front of you, in front of Kristen, and said, well, didn't you say y'all ain't that close anyway? Why would she do that? And if this lady is your family and it's supposed to be your new friend, why would she purposely use information you gave her to try to drive a wedge between you and CeCe? You gotta see that, Kristen. But again, this is what happens in 2017, 2018, when we live in an Instagram world. Everybody wanna be a fly, bad bitch, Instagram reality TV girl, and what better way to do that than be with the pioneers of the Mean Girl Club, the Evelyns, the Jens, the Shawnees of the world? What better way to elevate and move to the top of the Instagram stratosphere than to befriend Evelyn and Jen? It is so feeble-minded. It's so immature. It is so surface level. It is so lacking integrity. There's just so many souls that it is. The new girl, I like her. I don't know her name. I think she said Michelle Game. And if they keep her around, she's going to be one of those ones that is not here for the bullshit. Tammy and OG going shopping. OG, I just feel like everything you put on is wrong. I feel like certain body types, certain facial structures, certain skin colors can carry certain fashions, certain colors, certain designs, okay? OG, you the only person I know that can make a $800 dress look cheap. You look so cheap in that Burberry dress. You just did. Your lipstick is always wrong. Like, why do you go find the pastiest, palest lipstick to put on? And it has everything to do with your skin color. That lipstick does not flatter your skin color. There are 9 million other shades of lipstick that you could wear. That's not one of them, mama. The shoes, the dress, the purse, like, it's just too much. And what makes it bad is that your willful ignorance, because you've got the money, your willful ignorance and your blissful arrogance. You've got the money for somebody to style you for you to look better. If you got the money for the $800 dress, you got the $225 for the stylist to put you in it. I'm just not understanding why you voluntarily look so bad. And then you wonder why that boy won't marry you. Wonder why he won't marry you. And you wonder why they call you bitch. You wonder why they call you. That's Tupac. For my old school girl, St. John and Cali. To live and die in LA. And that's what's about to happen, OG. Hopefully you live and your fashions die. We'll see. Jackie and Kristen. I actually like that little powwow that Jackie and Kristen had at Jackie's house or Kristen's backyard, whoever's house they was. Those two work well together. They're on the same wavelength. Moreover, they're the same age. They're somewhat settled in their relationships. I'm here for it. Shawnee leaving the event. I completely get why Shawnee left that event. I wouldn't want to be around Jen either, and it looked like Jen is about to learn the hard way that running behind Evelyn and not being her own person is about to fuck her royally. Shawnee don't fuck with you. Tammy don't fuck with you. Malaysia don't fuck with you. And as soon as Evelyn find another man, she gonna stop fucking with you, because you know that's how Evelyn is. When people show you who they are, believe them. Evelyn has already showed you that she only keep you around when she is in need of a friend. The minute she feels whole and got somebody else to occupy her time, you disappear. You know, your parents did everything right with raising you except giving you a bad bone and a level of self-respect and self-awareness. I already touched on Tammy spilling the beans about that domestic violence shit. I don't know, y'all, but I want to talk some more about Tammy's tears. Like, do y'all agree with me with that Tammy was really hurt? And you know, y'all see the meme that's going around now about the check on your strong friend? Because I'm always the strong friend in the group. And here's what I know from my own experience. The strongest, least vulnerable friend you have is the softest, most vulnerable friend in the bunch. Listen to me when I tell you, the roughest, toughest, strongest friend in the group is the most vulnerable person in the group. Why in the entire fuck do you think they have to be so damn strong? Food for thought. That's why. People are tough because they're protecting their heart. That is why. The toughest of people are the softest and the most vulnerable. And with that, I'm going to get off the line. I'm finna watch polls because y'all all in the love and hip hop comments. I'm going to do polls and then Patanka, and I'll call y'all back. Bye.